When is it appropriate to compromise on values? As Jews, we're here to become lamplighters. We're here to inspire other people. Whether you're a rabbi, a teacher, or in the workforce, a parent at home, a spouse, we're here to enbrighten. That's not even a word. We're here to illuminate, inspire our environment. We're here to make our environment, not just respond to it. On the other hand, we want to make people comfortable. So how do we know when it's appropriate or when it isn't appropriate to make compromises? So for example, I remember a couple of years ago, I was working as a hospital chaplain, a Jewish hospital, but most of the patients were certainly not observant. They're going through a hard time. I'm there to bring comfort to them, and they want a hug, which is obviously not appropriate when it's opposite genders. It's not something I can do. On the other hand, it's going to make them feel comfortable. How do you know when it's appropriate to compromise, when it's inappropriate to compromise? You're on vacation with your family. There is an attraction that your children really want to see. Perhaps they'll be disappointed if they don't see it, but it's against your Jewish values. You do it, you don't do it, what do? You're in the workforce, you have a lunch meeting. There's going to be situations where you got to adhere to your values and it may be uncomfortable. When is it appropriate to compromise? So in 1963, there was a person who was in vocational school. The Rebbe was trying to motivate him to inspire other people, bring them closer to Yiddishkeit. This person asked the Rebbe about not wearing a yarmulke in school because it will be less intimidating toward other Jewish people. He'll be able to reel them in. He asked the Rebbe's opinion. The Rebbe told him two things. Number one, the guidelines in Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, we don't treat them like merchandise. We can't sell what may seem as a trivial sin to earn a more important mitzvah. If it's sacred, it's sacred. We don't get to assess its value. Number two, more importantly, what is the message we convey when we're compromising on our values? Even if it's something as quote-unquote trivial as removing a yarmulke, you can argue that it's not biblical, and where do you see that it's a clear obligation? At the end of the day, when we don't adhere to our values, what is the message we're conveying? We don't believe that this is absolutely true, because it's malleable. We can change it. And if it's not absolutely true and we can change it, it's malleable, why are we preaching it? And all that does is it sends conflicting and confusing messages. Obviously, nobody's perfect, but people need to see consistency. People want to see that what we do is actually who we are, not just what we do. It's a deep part of who we are. We're deeply saturated with what we believe in. And with that, we have the ability to inspire others. But if not, when we do, especially intentionally, display that lack of consistency, we're giving permission for other people to compromise, and perhaps in much worse areas. Stay strong, friends. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.